It is no longer news what characterized that last election. The governor election that was held on the 18th of June. What happened that day? We call it extra locutors in the Latin euphemism. It is the facts speak for itself because it's a recurring decimal. What actually happened in that election? It was a point of reference during the Owoseni election. This happened in Ekiti. This happened in Ekiti. This happened in Ekiti. And we don't want a repeat occurrence in Owoseni election, which means something definitely happened to that election, which made who ought to have been declared the winner of that election was otherwise declared loser. And I mean exactly that Engineer Adebayo ought to have been declared the winner in that election because he scored the highest valid votes in that election. And most of you are in the collation center at the ANEC office where I represented the party. And I made it abundantly clear that this election was not free and fair. It was characterized by so many election malpractices. And as a result that we will challenge it in the tribunal. This we have already done. By Petition 7 of July, we did the time stipulated for us in the Electoral Act. Since that time, we have been having issues of service. The ANEC office in Abuja have been served without any restriction. The APC, which happens to be the second defendant in the petition, have been served in the headquarters in Abuja without any restriction. We are, however, having issue of service with the governor-elect, his deputy, and also the caretaker chairman of APC when the governor-elect was nominated as a candidate of people. That is my Bala Buni. We have been having issues of service with them. There have been deliberate avoidance of service on them. You are aware that time is of essence in election petition. We have to conclude everything within 180 days. They are aware of that. And 180 days start running from the day we filed, including their 21 days to respond. As at now, the governor-elect has no address. The deputy governor-elect has no address. Their contact address, where we can only reach them, is the APC Secretariat Office at Ajayi. You should go there now. You know that the place has been locked up since after the election. The APC office has been completely locked up and padlocked, thereby making it impossible for us to access the place. And as at now, the governor-elect has no address where we can reach him. The deputy governor-elect has no address where we can reach her. And the governor of Yobe State, the bailiff of the tribunal, have been to the APC Secretariat office. They said they can't receive her on his behalf. The bailiff also went to the licensing office of the Yobe State governor in Abuja. The officials they also refused service. So, but in law, there's always alternative to everything. So, we are left with the application for subsidiary service on these three respondents because service is of essence in every litigation. If they are not served, we cannot make progress. So the only way of reaching them now is to come by way of subsidiary service on them. Since the governor has no address of contact, the deputy governor has no address of contact, we cannot reach the governor of Yobe State, so we consider it imperative for us to brief the press so that they will know we are not sleeping on our oars. The matter is still on. We are desirous of going through the litigation until the victory is declared for the actual winner of that election, who happened to be former Governor Olusegun, who won the majority of the lawful votes in that election. If the tribunal, if we are able to convince them that there was widespread malpractices, manipulations that offends the electorals, they could order for a fresh election. So we are not ruling that out. But by the time we conclude this case, there will be no need for a fresh election. This matter is before a court of law, the tribunal. We must not be seen as litigating in the press what we are supposed to litigate before them. But this is a petition. This document is for the tribunal. What we have here is for us to litigate before the court of law, which is the tribunal, and not for us to make the press our courtroom. That is simply the reason. You'll be surprised about the outcome of this election petition tribunal, of this election petition. You'll be surprised about the outcome. You'll be surprised. These are fundamental that has to do with the interests of Ekiti people. For instance, look at the election. When the man of the people won the election, you look at the election everywhere. Up till now, they're still jubilating. In Osun State, that we have got our man there. If Segun had been declared the winner, you could have seen a similar one in Ekiti State. Where is the jubilation? People collected that money. They are finished it now, they are regretting it. You can see the difference.
So, sir.
Of somebody that forced himself on the people through manipulations, and somebody that was popularly elected. You can see the difference. So, you will see when Segun is declared the winner, you will see the jubilation in Ekiti State. You will see it.
I think